enough time. There is never enough time. Can you imagine if we found a way of gaining time? For example, the mornings. When you wake, you've got to allow for the time to figure out whether you are awake or asleep. Allow for the body to release from its stagnancy and orient the mind to today's relative nuances. Then, you might eventually make it to find your way to vertical, only to discover and race through any remaining dishes from last night's dinner, despite strict instructions to clean them post-dinner. You burn the toast and must clear the smoke. First opening the shades, which are ideally closed, and then the windows, and then the absolute shoush, then the absolute cacophony as she gets up. Radio blaring, rustle, rustle, rustle of this and that. What have you done today? Are you meeting him again? When can we have our time? My God, can I not have some quiet? Then there has to be the allowance for the sometime unexpected interruptions. Phone ringing, toilet plugging, delivery. My own fascination with following my stubble down the warm waterfall of the drain. Only after all that is there the time to free the mind of
clear the mind.
Only after all that is there the time to clear the mind of earthly obligations, to finally arrive where imagination can bubble and surface. And by then the morning is already gone. I recognize that this feeling of not having enough time is partially derived from a poorly organized schedule, or that priorities are not lined up in the proper fashion for that day. However, there must be the allowance for attention where attention is needed, even if it is at the compromise of attention given elsewhere. The fact is, if you actually want to figure out, if you want to successfully figure a problem out, you have to spend concentrated time with it, and that means that inevitably those secondary problems will not be given their due time and can only be given a very cursory review, a very superficial bit of information, superficial bit of attention, so that they are stayed for the moment, temporarily satisfied. Priorities must evolve. There is no way around it. And so we ask, why can we never have enough time? We are limited. Limited with what we know as time. And I believe that there are actually countless worlds, rather infinite worlds of time, that if we could only tap into them, visit them as an impoverished guest in a noble's house, we'd be gifted to such wealth of time we would not know what to do with ourselves. That is what awaits us. But I must tell you, my friend, that today all that becomes secondary, and I am done with this pursuit. I was gifted the most remarkable experience of the neighboring roof outside my kitchen window. After burning the toast, I drew back the shades, threw open the windows to watch the smoke mingle with the cool outdoors. And from my place at that window, I saw a bird. A bird simply opened its wings and took off. I've never paid attention to such a mundane, sophisticated motion, such effortless magnitude.